Hi, welcome back to Christine's Home Affairs. Today I'm going to show you what I do to help encourage my business. So this is going to be a sew to sell video, and I'm going to show you some of the things that I make in bulk to sell in my shop. Now you can sell your products at markets, on Facebook, online. There's lots of made it websites, Etsy, things like that. So I use a few different platforms to sell my products. I use Facebook, I use Made It, and I have a website, and I have my shop, and we're in a touristy area, so we're lucky that we get a lot of people that come through on weekends. I also used to do a lot of markets, craft shows and things like that. So I'm going to show you some of the best things that I make to sell. The ones that are really good money spinners, I make them in bulk as well. So let me take you for a walk, and I'll just show you some of the samples of things that I've been making over the years to sell in the shop. I'll also explain some of the products that I use and how I go about pricing my products as well. So that'll be toward the end of the video. Stick around. My number one item that I make is my supermarket shopping bags. So I rescue fabric. I used to be a fabric store and selling quilting fabric, dress material and haberdashery. So the whole place used to be full of fabric and sewing notions. And once I made the decision that I'm not going to sell fabric anymore, it started finding me. So I was lucky enough a few years ago to have got nearly 6 tonnes of upholstery fabric. So the first thing that I started making was these supermarket shopping bags. Now these are made out of really sturdy upholstery fabric. So I think I've probably had about 50 different colours over the last few years, and I think I've got about 20 colours left. But I've made over 3,000 of these supermarket shopping bags. They're really, really quick to make, and since upgrading my machines, I can get a lot more done an hour as well, so it actually helps my profitability. I don't just use upholstery fabric. I use this is vintage fabric. So this was Volvo cars and trucks. I found this in the cupboard the other day because whenever I get fabric, I'll stash what I like, what I want to keep for later. So I've just been making these little book bags for kids. I sell them all at $15 each, and they take no time at all to make. Rather than making handles, I buy the strapping, and I'll put a link in the description down below where I actually get my strapping from. So you'll be able to find that in Australia, but you'll be able to find that wherever you are in the world as well. So the upholstery bags, I've done about, as I said, about 3,000 of them in the last 3 years, and I've got a whole heap at the moment that I've been working on this weekend. So there's a whole heap that are almost sewn up, and these ones here just need the labels put on them. So they're keeping me really, really busy. They actually keep me busy every single week. So before I take you for a walk and show you the other bits and pieces that I sell, here's a couple of things that I do sell a lot of. This is my newest product. I don't throw any fabric away, or very, very little. So as my fabric pieces get smaller, I make smaller projects, and at the moment these are my smallest ones. So these are little puppy or doggy poo pouches. So all I do is put a little zip in. I've got a roll of bags in here which will, when you're taking your dog for a walk, help you have some storage for your little poo bags. So these actually clip onto your lead, or if you had a bum bag, you could clip it onto that as well. They can equally be used for treats as well. So if you're taking your dog for a walk, you can have a bag for treats. So this is brand new to me in the store. It was an idea that came up because we've got a dog. And every time I go for a walk, I'm constantly leaving these bags in my pocket. They end up in the wash, go through the dryer, and they don't look very good when they come out. They don't have any poo in them though. But anyway, I decided that I'd start making these, and I know you can buy them all over the place, but I thought, I've got the fabric, why not make them? And they've been really, really popular. This month alone, I'd made, in 21 days, I'd made over 100 of them, and yeah, I think I've sold a quarter of them already. So these are going to be really, really good in the shop. The other thing I do with remnants of fabric is just make little pouches of different sizes, and having a label on my products makes all the difference as well. So I order my labels in bulk. I get about 1,500 at a time. They come in a nice little box, and I just sew them on when I do my batch sewing. Labels I have found are really important. When I first started making these bags, I'd made over 100 of them, and they didn't have any labels on them at all, and they weren't selling. And then I thought one day I'll get some labels, try a few, and they just started walking out the door. So they've made a huge difference. My labels have got handmade in Nagambie written on them. They've got Stitch This, which is the name of my business, and then it's got my website underneath. So handmade in Nagambie is a really good selling point, because we're in a small country town, and often people like to come into a town and buy a souvenir. So I do sell a lot as souvenirs. Stitch This obviously is just plugging my business, and then I shamelessly go and put my website underneath and tell the customers that if they want more, they just have to go to my website and buy more. So if they're out and about and a friend sees them and they like what they've got, they can point them to that particular website. So that helps the business as well. Headbands, this is just a vintage stretch fabric, so I've just been making some headbands there. There's those poo bags, and let's go and have a look around at the other stuff that I make. Now my plan is to have a YouTube video out for each of the things that I've been making, so if you're interested in those, I'll pop a link up in the corner for any of the ones that I've got existing videos for. So the supermarket shopping bags, I've already got a video out for that. I've had that up for a couple of years. The link is up there. And anything else that isn't done yet, if you pop a message in comments down below and let me know what in particular you would like me to do a video for, I'll get that up next. So yeah, without any further ado, I shall show you all of the other bits and pieces that I have. And as I said, I'll pop links up in the corner for anything that there's already a video for. What I've got here came about because I do rock and roll dancing. We teach it as well, and if you'd like to see what we do there, I'll put a link up in the corner for you to see our rock and roll YouTube channel. So anyway, what I wanted is some bags to put my dance shoes in. So this idea came about to put dance shoe bags in, but as customers came in, they've given me lots more ideas. They're just an expandable bag, and the customers have given me lots more ideas for their uses. So you can use these to put hair straighteners in, EpiPens. This one here has got a wine bottle in it, so they're a really good wine bottle gift bag. I still sell them as shoe bags as well. But yeah, they've got lots and lots of other ideas for customers to use. So I think I know I sell them for $20 each. But the ideas I've just written on the bottom of the tag there, just some ideas for customers to actually use these bags for. So they're just sitting on display in the shop as you walk in. As I said, these supermarket shopping bags are my #1 seller, and as you walk into the shop, you're greeted by these bags. So I always have them on display out the front with a little blurb about how I came about making these bags and the fabric that's used in them. So here I've got some hot water bottle covers. These are made with upholstery fabric, so it's just it's almost got a suede-y feel to it, but they're really simple. Hot water bottle goes inside there, fill it up and stick it in your bag, and you won't burn your feet. Scrunchies are another, they're a really good seller. They're super quick to make. These are the only colours I've got left at the moment, but I've done hundreds of these, and they just sit in a basket, $4 each or 3 for $10, and people love going through those. The hot water bottle covers, I just sell those at $10. Face masks, unfortunately, have been another really good seller, but that's due to necessity with COVID. These are the only colours that I've got left out of probably 2,500 that were made. And these are made with 3 layers of fabric, and I have just sort of mixed fabrics together as well, but they're done with quilting cotton. So with these ones here, I have actually purchased the fabric, so it's all brand new material, and when I've charged out, I've actually charged out the cost of the material plus the cost of the make of the masks. These bags here I've just called tablet bags, so they'll fit the, you know, your little iPads, tablets, so they're big enough to fit a tablet. They've got a pocket in the top there for you to put your tablet in, and then there's a little Velcro opening there, as well as another zip along here, so you can actually fit your chargers, your purse, your phone, and your tablet or little iPad. These I sell for $40 each. They're actually a little bit time consuming, and I could put more on them, but I do like to keep my prices down somewhat. But yeah, these ones I do sell at $40 each. Now at the back of the shop I have a handmade section, so this is where I have on display all of the things that I do actually make with my rescued fabric. And on the wall I do have a little blurb that tells customers about my product as well, so they know that most of the fabric here is rescued fabric or vintage fabric of some sort, and that I try to keep it out of landfill. These are just some little zippered, I think I might have shown you earlier, some little cosmetic bags, or you can use them for anything, your iPod chargers and whatnot. So I've made a whole batch of those out of vinyl, and these are done with the regular upholstery fabric. This was a vintage fabric. So these boxed bags, I make these in all sorts of sizes. So some are lined and some aren't, but you can see how tiny this little one is. This one's good for earbuds. Just whatever the fabric is, whatever size I have left is the size that they'll end up being. So I haven't got a video out for the boxed bags yet, but I do plan on doing that. Let me know if you'd like that sooner rather than later. Likewise for the hot water bottle bags, I haven't done a video for that one yet. It will come one of these days, but you know, if I get a demand for it, then I'll do the video for that sooner as well. These are the iPad or tablet bags. I do have some customers that use them just as handbags as well. Mum actually uses the black one there for a handbag. These bags are a couple that I've tried. The green one, I think I consider it a fail at the moment, but probably only because of the fabric choice that I made. This is a little backpack made out of a velour type of fabric. It makes me almost want to have a jumpsuit, but I've made a few of those. They're a very slow seller, and this is a some kind of a big pouch that I've only done one of those. I haven't really tried to promote that. Down the bottom here I have a whole heap of those shoe bags or those extendable storage bags, so you can see that I actually make these in bulk because they are a really good seller, and that's them on display there again. The other thing I make is these bowl cozies. So these are great for ice cream bowls if you've got a really cold plate of ice cream, or if you've got a hot bowl of soup. You can actually, after you've heated up your soup, you can carry or hold your bowl in your hand there with your little bowl cozy. So I sell those at $10 each. I've made quite a lot of those over the years. This is zippered bags. They're just made out of a curtaining fabric. I did a curtaining job for a customer, and I think I've got a video for that. I'll send you the link for that. That's just the remnants that are left over, so the customer gave me all the fabric, and that's what I've done with it. I've also done a video on these zippered bags as well, so which are these ones just over here. So I do have a video which I'll post the link for in the corner there, and all of these bags that I've got here are just made with remnants, any size fabric. These are just sample pieces of fabric all turned into just some lined zippered bags, and they sell really well. Now I mentioned earlier about my labels, so I said I used to just make the bags and not put labels on them, And these bags have been sitting here for a really long time, not selling, because I don't know what it is about the labels. They're not fancy labels or anything, but it actually makes all the difference in the product. So a customer will see the bag with a label and they'll want to buy that. They won't actually want to buy the ones without the labels. It's strange, but it just makes such a huge difference. So I do go insane and actually label absolutely everything now. And the other thing I forgot to show you was my peg aprons. So these are just some half aprons. I'll go and find the apron on a mannequin somewhere. So here we go. We have our mannequin wearing just a little peg apron that I've made. These, I've made a whole heap of these, and I've only made them in the one colour because I had the fabric available and I thought I might as well give them a go. There's a video up here in the corner as well showing you how to make these. The other thing that I have out the front is these horse or pony bridal bags. So I've made quite a few different colours in these. These are actually brand new to me, I think this year, so I've only been making them for the past 6 weeks or so, but they've actually been quite popular. So they've got an inbuilt handle just along here, the zip that goes all the way down, and if I can open this up, so once I've opened this up, you can actually see there are Velcro straps on the inside. So these straps will come up and actually harness the bridle for people that do show bridals or show their ponies and horses. So then they can just close it up and put it away nicely. So yeah, these are quite large. I sell these at $45 each. So at the front of the shop I carry a massive amount of excess shopping bags. These are all finished and ready to be sold. There's a couple of hundred here, I imagine, probably a little bit more. But as I sell them from the front, I always keep 2 of everything out the front, and then I just come in and pick out what I need to restock the racks out the front, and then whatever I need to sell when I'm selling them on Facebook or via my website, I can just come and grab them as I need them rather than having to make them up quickly. So I do like to keep a stockpile of everything that I keep on my website at least. Now when it comes to pricing of my products, I have just a really simple rule. If I don't pay for the fabric that I get because it's been donated to me or it's fabric I've rescued, I don't charge for the fabric that I use in my bags. If I pay for my fabric or my strapping, anything like that, the zippers, I do charge that out. So basically how I work things out is I will grab a heap of fabric and I'll make up a heap of bags and work out how many I can do in an hour. So whether it's my puppy bags or my shopping bags, I'll work out how many I can get finished in an hour, and that's from cutting the fabric to finishing the zips and handles and putting the labels in and all of that sort of thing. So I work out my hourly rate. So for example, if I can get 4 shopping bags done in an hour, my hourly rate is $40 an hour. So that means if I can get 4 bags done in an hour, then I should in theory charge $10 per bag. But I've got to add my costs on top of that as well. So I do have power, I do have my machines, and I do upgrade my machines or have to pay for servicing and things like that. I have thread for these particular bags, the shopping bags. I have the strapping or the webbing that I use. I have my labels, and sometimes I might have hooks and other notions and things like that. So I'll charge out my hourly rate. So it's $40 an hour. If I can get 4 of these done, then it works out $10 per bag. Then I add my costs. Add the price of your fabric. You work out what you want for your return on your fabric and your strapping, anything like that. So your hourly rate plus the costs. So these bags I sell at $15 each, which are actually quite cheap, but that's because I'm not charging out the fabric. The other thing I like to do is buy everything in bulk. So rather than buying a zip for an individual bag, I actually buy hundreds of meters at a time. So I'll buy this roll of zipper tape. This is a number 5 tape. This is a 200-meter roll, and I buy it from a company in Melbourne. And I also get my zipper sliders from them as well. So these are a number 5 slider to go on these, and I buy those in bulk. So I buy about 300 at a time, and they just come in a big bag. I work out what I've paid for each item, and then I work out what I want to charge per metre for each particular item. So I've just roughly said, okay, the sliders will be $1 each. The zipper tape I'll charge out at $3 a metre. So if I use half a metre on a product, then it's $1.50 plus the cost of a slider, and then just add a little bit extra for, you know, your machines and your threads and your power. The other thing I buy in bulk is strapping. Now, I used to buy the different colours, so you can get this in lots of bright colours. I now just buy, I usually buy about 200 to 400 metres of this at a time. They're 50-metre rolls, so I buy loads of this. I go through hundreds and hundreds of metres of this stuff a year, and I'll put a link in the comments down below as to where I actually buy these from in Australia. And Velcro as well, so, or hook and loop tape. So I buy each side because I don't always need the same amount on a particular product. So I'll buy the hook and I'll buy the loop separately, and then it's easier just to update whatever I need later on. What else do I have? And my labels. So I've shown you my labels before. I buy those in bulk, but that's because I know I'm making a lot of products. What else can I tell you? I think that's about it. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you would like any particular item that I've shown you made, or a video made for the items, let me know and I'll get that up as soon as I possibly can. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.